gang, sorry about that. Had a little technical difficulty there, and I'm late, and all that other stuff that happens sometimes when you have other obligations outside of the streaming world, which I have plenty of those. Anyway, hi, nice to see you. Happy Monday. It's the Morning Night Live, of course, and excuse me. Great weekend, huh? Anyone have a good weekend besides me? Well, I don't know. My weekend was good. It was okay. It was great. I'm gonna retweet all these people who retweeted my show. Well, that's would be Becca and Lindsay. I got off work today a little bit late, and so as you if you're watching the old chat, I hope most of you already knew that. But anyway, we're going to get into the show. I'm going to be a little bit discombobulated today because I don't have everything prepared, although I do have a lot of bookmarks from yesterday that I've been when I checked the old Twitter bot machine and all that. So we'll get through it. We'll have a good day. We'll do something. We'll do something worthwhile and have some fun, and then we're going to get out of here. So, oh my God, you still have a foot of snow, Gunfox. Well, we'll talk about that after the intro. Play the intro, please. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawgKnight. Stop that music, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as PDawgKnight on the internet. Welcome back to the PDawgKnight channel. It is Monday, the 8th of February, 2020. Yes, 14 days until my wedding anniversary. I gotta keep track of that. Now, I'm one of those people, I know some of you have an event coming up that a lot of people celebrate called Valentine's Day. Well, in our house, we've never celebrated Valentine's Day because my wife and I got married on February 22nd. We're like, we're not doing 2 weekends in a row, so we're just going to combine our anniversary into one super event and, make that our thing. So I'm not so worried about Valentine's Day, but there was an event yesterday that I was worried about, and that was called the Super Bowl. I would love to know if you follow football, if you watch the game, if you were concerned about if you were concerned about the white man beating the black man in Black History Month, Did I say 2020? I said 2021, right? Anyway, now look, I'm not a fan of, I'm not necessarily a fan of Tom Brady, but I am impressed by Tom Brady and what he did last night. But I'm more impressed about what the Tampa Bay defense did last night. Holy smokes, they held your boy down to 9 points that day. The streaker got closer to the end zone than the Chiefs did. We'll show you that. But anyway, it was quite a game for the Tampa Bay. I am thoroughly convinced that in big games, the offensive line is maybe as important as any other part of the team. And the Chiefs did not have their normal offensive line last night. They had 2 guys. One guy usually plays right guard, playing right tackle, and they had a sub in at right tackle, both their tackles. And especially on the corners. Those tackles are so important. And you had a guy who normally plays right guard left. Was he playing right or left? I think it was right. The right guard was playing right tackle. The other guy was playing the other spot. Then the left tackle also was a substitute. And, Mahomes had to scramble more than he wanted to. Not that he's not great at scrambling. Some of those throws he made while scrambling, and still, that last throw of the game, he was almost on the ground, throwing at sidearm, and he threw a bullet straight to the guy's hands. Now, the other guy knocked it out of his hands, but some of those throws Mahomes made were just amazing. It was crazy watching that game. But you know what? I'm sorry. I'm making too much of the quarterbacks, because you know what the most important part of the game was last night? The very most important part of that game, not the halftime show, not the commercials, but our first woman officiating the game. Yes, that was the most important part of the game. It's funny, as I was watching the game, I was also on Twitter, and I was listening to some people talking about how this is the worst. These officials are terrible, and that was a terrible call, and this and that. And I was like, well, that's because you have a woman on the crew. What do you? Oh my gosh. So anyway, they won't make a change for Mahomes because he hasn't Brady yet. They won't. I'm not sure what that says, but no, Mahomes is going to be an unbelievable star for a long time, as long as he stays healthy. That's an if too, because if he keeps getting hit like he did last night, that one hit that Nagabigan, whatever, Sue hit him, and it wasn't necessarily like he didn't go shoulder pads, but Sue let him know that, hey, buddy, don't stand around too long because I'm gonna put you on the ground. Holy moly! Anyway, I don't want to talk football all day, but that was fun. Anyway, so let's say good morning to everybody. Wow, I can't hear through. Oh, do I have the wrong? What's going on here? Why can't I hear through my headphones? There we go. Okay, now I can hear better. I can hear myself. So let's say good morning to everybody like I do, because I got to hook up. See, now the other thing, when you get here late and you're not 100% prepared, things that you normally have ready aren't ready. So let's reset that. So we will have a superstar of the day eventually, if anyone decides to do donations today, because that's kind of the thing. And then I need to set up this. Give me a second. All right, there's that, and clear that, and open that, and we are ready. Haha, there it is. All right. Let's say good morning to everyone in the chat, because I'm ready. I'm ready to say hi. First in the chat. Now, I don't know if this reset when I went to live chat. I hope it did. But in my book, Select a Boy was here first.
Yeah, boy.
And that means you get the bell. Thank you for being here. Also, good morning to TC Ball, Small Man, Maddie, also Donatello Slapfellow, see how discombobulated, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Good morning, Jonathan Peterson, Attack Alpaca. I said Small Man. Zablu's in the house. Renee Mayette, Aaron Meredith, how you doing? Jonas Pedersen, Athan Mechi, Katie did skate. Hello, Cynical Lindsay, Balin Bobby. Wow, a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while. That's good. Becca Fairley, how you doing? Wait, that one chick is here somewhere. Did I skip her? I'm not sure. Well, I hear you're here. Good morning, Chicago, Mike. Atheist Icon. And I'm scrolling. Is that Tyler F? I don't know if I said that right. Somnambul Nation. Uncle Stepdad, how you doing? Gunfox 61. I'm getting there. Hig, good morning, Hig. I'm sure Cindy's are in the background. Let's see. Have I missed anybody? Oh, Sean's here. Austin Sands here. Good. John Arnott. Oh, lots of people here today. Patrice Ripley. Hey, how you doing, Patrice? I hope you're well. My official K-pop aficionado for the Morning Night Live. Also, good morning too. Let's see if I got everybody. Joe Biden's in the house.
Come on, man.
also known as Uncle Bad Touch in the chat. Like I said, that'll never get old. Good morning, Pissed Off Shih Tzu. Man, there's a lot of people here. Aaron Meredith, what's up? Hypnagogic Monk, Noble Valor. Man, I must be really behind. Jesse Leon, nice to see you. Cultist 4. Am I getting close? Yeah, there we go. I'm at the bottom. And Anna Lynn. Well, you were late, Anna Lynn. Well, guess what? So was I. All right, I know that I'm late, so I really got to start getting into the bookmarks today. Real quick thank you to City Rochelle, Grillin' Pirate Pete, Maddie, Tyler F., Cynical Lindsay, and Becca Fairley for tweeting out the show. Please share the show, either one of those places up there, or if you happen to be on Cloud Hub or any if you hit the share button down there, you can go out, send this out on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever you use for social media. And then also, if you like what we do during the show, make sure you hit the like button at some point. And also, if you want to make donations, you can do that through the SuperChats via YouTube, Streamlabs. And then there's also Cashapp and Venmo options down in the description down below. By the way, did you all see my new video yesterday? I put a video out. Ebony Williams, Chadwick Dupree, that one chick. Now I see you, that one chick. And nice to see you guys here too. So anyway, I believe it or not, I made a video. It was really short and to the point, and it's going to be a series. The one that I was telling you about, the series of modern day proverbs for the modern day. Yes. And I actually had fun doing that, and I have about at least 12, maybe 15 videos worth of different proverbs that between myself and Oregon Muse from the Ace of Spades and a couple other people have been writing. If you have one that you want to write, you think it's, please feel free to submit them. I can't guarantee I'll use every one of them, but if you've got a funny saying or something that we can put on the new series, Proverbs for the Modern Day, please feel free to submit them. You can send them to me, direct message on Twitter, email, which is PDawgKnight@gmail, or on the Discord server somewhere. You can message me somewhere, and I will eventually find them. And I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to this series. I had so much fun making that, although I spent the entire day making it, trying to figure out how I wanted to format it, what kind of music I wanted to use, what kind of clips I wanted to represent things. And actually the clips, most of the clips, or most of the visuals, were my own stuff that I took on different trips and things. So all the waterfall footage, the footers of the truckers driving through the mountains, and the lighthouse footage, that's all from just stuff that I took this summer. And I have tons of footage from different trips I took, so I'm going to use that. And it was fun to make. So, but yeah, Proverbs for Modern Times is called. And if you haven't seen it yet, in fact, here's what I'll do. If you haven't seen it yet, there's the link in the chat. Boom. You can check that out at your leisure. See, some of you have already seen it and enjoyed it, so cool. Noble Valor, Italy got me questioning my loyalty to every other nation. Italy is banning masks from schools and other places after Fauci's stupid statements. And Italy is telling 80% of Europe to go to hell. Well, I did not know that. I haven't seen that. I'll have to check that out. That's an interesting thing. Oh, I also, what did you guys, okay, in the chat, this is, if you watched the Super Bowl last night, here's my question of the day, and I'll try to watch the chat to see what your answers are. Since the Super Bowl is about much, much more than just the game, my question of the day is, what was your favorite commercial from the show, or from the Super Bowl? And what was the worst commercial from the show. So here's what you do. I'm going to put in the chat. You'll go worst blah blah comma favorite comma blah blah. So that's the format I would like it in. Worst commercial and favorite commercial from the Super Bowl. I have a couple that one that I just thought was funny and really like. If you didn't watch, oh, that's okay. You didn't have to watch. You don't. It's funny. Last year I didn't watch the Super Bowl, but I went and watched all the commercials on YouTube because like the commercial. Oh, wait, which Jeep commercial? The one with Bruce Springsteen? Noble Valor. You and I, we have to have a talk. We have to have a talk. Oh my God. I hope you're not talking about the Jeep commercial with Bruce Springsteen. Especially listening to Bruce Springsteen say what he said, knowing his politics made it even worse. And it was just terrible. But I shouldn't have said that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's I do have some things I bookmarked over the weekend because I really didn't I have articles ready too, but I think I'm going to go into my bookmarks because being here late, I want to make sure that I am I really want to go through some of the things that we saw between the 2 days. Oh, now first of all, let's get our Super Bowl stuff out of the way because I know that not everyone's into sports, but I thought this was funny. So remember, I just said a little earlier that there was a non-participant of the game that had quite an impact on the game. In fact, the non-participant of the game got closer to the end zone than the Chiefs did. And I gotta show you, this was kind of funny. I don't like to publicize stuff like this because I don't want people doing this in professional sports games, but this was pretty damn funny. And I just
at the goal line.
And also the best part was the fact that we got a call of this particular part of the event. It might be a little blurry because of the reformatting of the Twitter video. Oh, thank you very much, Ducky, for subscribing to the channel. Ducky, are you here, by the way, out of curiosity? In fact, let me see. At Ducky. Well, no, not yet, but somebody named Ducky just subscribed to the channel. That's cool. In fact, I need to pop this out. Oh, I'm just having quite the morning today. Just, you know how when you're late and you just can't get into the groove just of what you're supposed to be doing? So hopefully I'm not just here babbling because, well, I kind of am. But anyway, so here is a new star of the game. Oh, well, our first donation of the day. Thank you, Maddie. And Maddie,
you are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day.
thank you so much. Maddie says, dropped a link into the tip jar. Thank you. This show is brought, a new sponsor. How do you like that? This show is brought to you by Cutouts Are Us. Want to be there without being there? Pay for your seat and send us a picture. Cutouts Are Us. No occasion is taboo. Get your alibi today. Now, I like that. So if you, one of the things, if you happened to be on Twitter last night or during the game, there were a lot of people bitching about how many people were in the stadium talking about, I can't believe these people are just shoulder to shoulder in the stadium because they're sewing. Now, the funny thing is the cutouts, you know how they have the fake people at the stadiums and these sports events right now because of COVID. They were showing a section of the crowd, and the crowd was interspersed amongst these cutouts. So, if you didn't look close enough, you might think that there's actually people in the stadium, but the stadium was only about 35% full. They had people spread out all over the place. It was such a funny thing to listen to people bitch. Anyway, here is the, I don't know if, I wouldn't call this the MVP, but this is definitely the play of the game last night. And I just want you to see this real quick as soon as I put the right screen on there. All right, here we go. Here's the play of the game it's called by Mr. Kevin Harlan.
Down 20, 5:03 to go. Someone has run on the field. Some guy with a bra. And now he's not being chased. He's running down the middle of the 40. Arms in the air in a victory salute. He's pulling down his pants. Put up your pants, my man. Pull up those pants. He's being chased to the 30. He breaks a tackle from a security guard. The 20, down the middle, the 10, the 5. He slides at the 1, and they converge on him at the goal line. Pull up your pants, take off the bra, and be a man. And the players with hands on hips at the other end of the field are looking at him and shaking their head and saying, why is this taking place in a Super Bowl?
There's one issue that needs to be addressed here, and I'm curious. I'm so curious if this is going to happen. Now, that's a great call by Kevin Harlan and funny. Pull up your pants, but be a man. Be a man. Now, I thought there would be a ton of Twitter kvetching about that. So let me see if I can let me see. I'm going to look it up here. It's be a man. I'm going to look it up in Twitter. Let's see. Nope, not there. Let's go. Let's look for Kevin Harlan. Kevin Harlan. Let's hear it. All right. So we got a lot of people liked seeing the call. Oh, there's a brother who's run on the field. I didn't even know that. I'm looking on here. Kevin Harlan's call was fantastic, but I was wondering if anyone was going to bitch about Kevin Harlan. Pull up your pants, my man. Pull up those pants. That was the funniest part of the call. No one bitched. I didn't see a lot of bitching about Kevin Harlan saying be a man. And I thought for sure that someone would be bitching about him being either transphobic or sexist for saying be a man. Here, let's see here. Let's hear. Okay, and Westwood One actually tweeted the call. And so I thought, man, is Westwood One going to get in trouble? So one person here, this person said, someone Renata with a rainbow flag, and I'm going to, and they, them pronouns, fantastic, says, so let me get this correct. Westwood Sports is condoning the use of the phrase, take off your bra and be a man over its airwaves. Remind me how that fits in with Cumulus Media and their forced values to mock an entire community. Now, did he mock an entire community? Did he mock my entire community? Or was he just being funny and making the call? Or do I need to wait for June for the rainbow banner? Oh, so now see, there's the dude right there. So someone here, I hate to break it to you, but streaking guy wasn't transgendered, nor was he in drag. Kevin Harlan's play-by-play was amazing. Oh, but doesn't excuse it one bit if you believe that a slur is okay because it's not directed at someone who you think is of that class. We're too far apart on the issue. It's as indefensible as calling a white person any racial slur just because they're not. And then someone finally said, you're not the judge and jury of society, so pound sand. I'm sure you'll be calling for his firing and never be hired again. Maybe Nick Cannon can hire him. Yeah, Nick Cannon actually gets to go back to the to his show Wildin' Out. So I thought there'd be a lot more of that. I didn't see much of it. Maybe, let's see, anyone else out here? Yeah, dude was... He was wearing it wasn't a bra, it was some sort of bathing suit with a thong back, and you know. So it looks like all right, not too many people bitching about it. There he is. There he is in all his glory. Oh Lord. Anyway, enough of that. All right, what else do I have in the bookmarks today? Let's see. Oh, you heard the what, my man? Oh, anyway, be a man, God damn it. Hello, Jaeger Pony. How you doing? I think I said good morning, Sean. I already said hi, Sean. Michael Hatfield, what's happening? Nice to see you jumping in. All right, cool. I'm caught up on the hellos. All right, more things in the book I bookmarked last night. Was there one more thing about the game? I thought there was. I gotta tell you, one of the. Let's see. Oh, I did. Oh, one of the funniest things going on the internet right now. So David Hogg, you know, the Parkland kid who really wasn't there, but has gained a lot of notoriety for you know, being one of the almost victims. And actually, I mean, he lost friends. I don't want to disparage his experience whatsoever. But you know, he was one of the kids who really wasn't there when the shooting happened. He was in another place, but for somehow he's become one of the well-known activists because of the, you know, the aftermath. There's a few kids there that kind of took over the as spokesman for the kids at the Parkland school. And he, you know, not the brightest kid in the world, but somehow they let him into Harvard. And were you there when they defeated David Hogg? Anyway, I see what you wrote there, James PFE. Oh, hi, James. Good morning, by the way. So anyway, David freaking Hogg. I'll disparage the fuck out of David Hogg's experience. Yeah, okay, that's cool. You are welcome to do that in my chat. I'm just gonna not. I don't want to talk about his. I don't want to talk about his experience because he didn't have one, so to speak, other than he may have lost a couple friends. But what he did do, his experience of becoming a famous activist, that's what I'm talking about. I will disparage that all day because it doesn't necessarily deserve the notoriety, nor did it deserve the admission into Harvard. But David Hogg is a little mad with Mike Lindell, you know, the MyPillow guy. You know, MyPillow, that he's a big Trump supporter and all that. And, you know, okay. I didn't do very good on reading the best and worst commercials. Thank you, Chicago Mike, with the donation through SuperChat via YouTube, who says, best commercial, Matthew McConaughey, Doritos commercial. Worst, Hellman's Mayo. Any commercial using Amy Schumer will be a bad commercial. I didn't watch the whole commercial. It was kind of a weird. That was a weird thing. Weird choice to have Amy Schumer hawking mayonnaise. I mean, she, I don't understand that commercial, but yes, the Matthew McConaughey Doritos commercial was kind of funny, you know. Although it was, you kind of knew how it was going to end, but it was a funny commercial. Yeah, okay, that Amy. I didn't want to say that, but she's kind of is a jar of mayo. Amy Schumer. You know what my favorite? Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. My favorite commercial, or commercials, because there were two of them, was the Tracy Morgan's commercial for Rocket Mortgage, where he was saying almost, or sort of whatever, and they had all these scenarios where it was like sort of, and that was funny. Anyway, all right, let me get back to David Hogg though. David Hogg is announcing the launching of a pillow company to compete with Mike Lindell's My Pillow. And the funniest reply to this was, something about Cry Pillow would be the name. Anyway, liberal political activist David Hogg announced he is starting a pillow company to compete with My Pillow, which vocal Trump supporter Mike Lindell owns. William Leggett, which we talked about already, William Leggett and I are going to prove that progressives can make a better pillow, run a better business, and help make the world a better place while doing it, Hogg tweeted Thursday about his new venture alongside software developer William Leggett. Now, we talked about this on Friday. I know that we did that. But then he said his goal is to sell $1 million of product within our first year. Mike isn't going to know what hit him. This pillow fight is just getting started. Ew, a pillow fight. How special. And then Mike Lindell responded to Hogg's announcement by saying that he welcomes the competition. Good for them, Lindell says. Nothing wrong with competition that does not infringe on someone's patent. That was a shot across the bow. That doesn't infringe on someone's patent. So anyway, so as you know, that was kind of the funny thing from Friday. Well, then on also on Friday, what did he tweet out? This is funny. David Hogg tweets out this question. What states, oops, let me get that centered. Why does that keep doing that? What states would you say are the best to start a business in, and why? And why so? Because he doesn't know how to write a sentence. Good morning, infamous one, by the way. Because he doesn't write a sentence. He goes to Harvard, and this kid goes to Harvard. What states would you say are the best to start a business in, and why so? That's a weird sentence. I'm just saying. But anyway, states that, and then he says states that are not California, cost of living is way too high. Wow. So this little liberal guy that's super liberal and, wants to make a difference in the world doesn't want to open his business in California. I'm sure that the state of California didn't like hearing that. Tears on my pillow, pain in my heart. Okay, everyone's putting songs in there for me to sing. So anyway, he continues, not required, but would love to create jobs in areas that have lost many jobs to deindustrialization. Also not required, but would prefer to be near a mean population center of the U.S., which is like a 500-mile circle around Memphis area. Having the HQ pillow fort there and eventually manufacturing would be nice for logistics and distribution and reducing emissions from transport. This kid, he's stupid. I was thinking, okay, so the first place that came to mind for him to open his pillow business, pillow factory, I was thinking Nome, Alaska. Just to get rid of the kid. But anyway, some people found this hilarious. This guy, I thought you were starting a progressive pillow company. I think San Francisco, Berkeley, Beverly Hills are your only choices. And then the question was, what state and why? Why are you recommending your state or town? David, I do think it also depends on what business you want to start, though. Is it online? Do you need a large population? What's the background? Yeah, I'm sorry. This guy is in... I wonder if he still goes to Harvard. Let's see. Does he list Harvard on in his thing? No. Good at protesting, bad at spelling, and you go to Harvard. He, him. Oh, he has his pronouns. His, a. Okay. Oh, he, him, his. A March for Our Lives founder and board member. Oh, he's a board member for March for Our Lives. Goodness gracious! Starting a pillow company. Okay, I still think Cry Pillow would be the best name. All right, real quick. Thank you, by the way, Maddie, for the donation, who says, irony is when you joke about sex and jizz and end up peddling mayo. Yes. Okay. That yes, the crowd loves it. By the way, I do have a nice warm cup of reparations here. It is the in that cup that my son gave to me. But today's reparations is a hot Arnie Palmer. I'm going to start telling you what things I'm drinking because it's not always going to be coffee. And until I get my taste back, I refuse to waste all my good coffee. So I'm trying some different things. But this is a hot Arnie Palmer. And what you do is you brew a half a cup of hot tea. You fill it halfway up and boil that water in the microwave and get out the tea bag and you dip that in the old water there until it turns brown. And then you put in some Simply Lemonade or Simply Lemon, or is it, how's it called? Like, the Simply Orange, Simply Lemon or whatever, the lemonade, the Simply brand. You fill the cup and then you throw that in the microwave for another minute and a half and you have a hot Arnie Palmer. It is fantastic. I'm like, I don't know why I never thought of this. Oh, and a little bit of honey, about a tablespoon of honey. You stir that up. So it's a honey, tea, lemonade. It's a hot Arnold Palmer. It's tasty, tasty, tasty. All right. YouTube blocks comments without notification. Oh yeah, they do that. Simply whiskey. Yeah. Sometimes it's bourbon instead of hot tea, but that's just how it goes. All right. So anyway, I had to laugh at David Hogg and him and Cry Pillow, which was, whoever wrote that, I literally, that's one of, sometimes when you actually just laugh, and I saw that, and I actually just laughed. All right. Harvard taught Admiral Yamamoto, the guy that sent the Japanese to bomb Pearl Harbor. Yeah, Harvard has its issues, and they also have they've had a lot of Chinese spies there too. All right. Oh my gosh, somebody just liked one of my tweets from. The hell's that from? August. Oh, this person's just randomly liking my tweets. Peaceful Pro, August 5th, 2020. August 6th, 2020. Okay. Oh, this is one of those spam chicks who they'll probably wants people to join her OnlyFans or some shit, or puts up stupid pictures. She looks all right though. Anyway, just whatever. All right, back to the bookmarks. So let's see. What else do I got here? Oh, this was weird. So there's a dude. Oh, well, let me stop for a second. Chicago Mike, thank you. Another donation through YouTube SuperChats. Says, whiny brat pillow. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that kid. I just can't take that kid. Now, this is interesting. This is an article from the LA Times. And this one kind of got in my craw. Let's see, let me get this where it's on the screen here. Let me make sure it fits. All right, so this is this is an article literally in the Los Angeles Times. The column is called, "What Can You Do About the Trumpites Next Door?" It's a harrowing story. Please gird your loins. Oh, heck no. Oh, well, let me just do this real quick. Thank you, Cindy and Hig. Okay, Cindy says, I just watched Hig get a comment blocked without notice to him in a regular chat. Huh. Did it pop up and disappear? Or did it pop up and have just the comment blocked? That's interesting. And that's, by the way, I don't do that. That's YouTube that does that shit. Oh, I didn't even see Expo Bahotep and Mike Savage. How you doing, guys? And Richo, you're back to being Richo. Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't know when YouTube does that or how they do it, but they do it once in a while. Anyway, let's get to this article real quick. Oh, heck no. The Trumpites next door to our pandemic getaway, who seems as devoted to the ex-president as you can get without being Q fans, just plowed our driveway without being asked and did a great job. How am I going to resist demands for unity in the face of this act of aggressive niceness? Of course, on some level, I realize I owe him thanks. And man, it really looks like the guy backdragged the driveway like a pro. But how much thanks? These neighbors are staunch partisan of blue lives, and there aren't a lot of anything other than white lives in the neighborhood. This is also kind of weird. Back in the city, people don't sweep other people's walkways for nothing. Maybe it's like what Eddie Murphy discovered in that old Saturday Night Live sketch, White Like Me. He goes undercover in white makeup and finds out that when white people are among their own, they pop free champagne and live the high life. As Murphy puts it, slowly I began to realize that when white people are alone, they give each other things to each other for free. Hezbollah, the Shiite Islamist political party in Lebanon, also gives things away for free. Oh my God. This guy. Hello, gayest person on YouTube. Nice to see you. Haven't been around a while. I'm happy to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Hezbollah, the Shiite Islamist party of Lebanon, also gives things away for free. The favors Hezbollah does for other people in the cities of Tyre and Sidon probably don't involve snowplows, but like other mafias, Hezbollah tends to its own, the Shiite sick, elderly, and hungry. They offer protection and hospitality to win loyalty that way. And they also demand devotion to their brutal us versus them anti-Sunni cause. Some of us are family, the favors say. The rest are infidels. Oops. Wrong sound effect. The same is true for Louis Farrakhan, who currently helms the Nation of Islam. While the Southern Poverty Law Center classifies him as a dangerous anti-Semite, much of his flock says he's just a little screwy and unfailingly magnanimous to them. When someone helps you when you're down or snowed in, when you're down or snowed in, it's impossible to regard them as a blight on the world. In fact, you're more likely to be overwhelmed with gratitude and convinced of the person's inherent goodness. You might end up like the middle-class family I stayed with in France as a teenager. They did not attend a citywide celebration for the 100th birthday of Charles de Gaulle, the war hero who orchestrated the liberation of his country from Nazi Germany in 1944. They did have several portraits of Philip Pétain, Nazi collaborator, on their wall. When I screwed up the courage to ask how it was for them during the occupation, the lady of the house replied, "We were happy because the Nazis were very Polish. I didn't know the word, so I excused myself to consult a French-English dictionary. I was in tears when I found the entry. Polite." So when I accepted generosity from my pandemic neighbors, acknowledging the legitimate kindness with a wave or a plate of cookies, am I also sealing us in as fellow travelers who are very Polish to each other, but not so much to them? Loving your neighbor is evidently much easier when your neighborhood is full of people just like you. What do we do about the Trumpites around us? Like Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who spoke eloquently this week about her terrifying experience during the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th. Americans are expected to forgive and forget before we've even stitched up our wounds or gotten our vaccines against the pandemic. That former President Trump utterly failed to mitigate. Oh, you mean the vaccinations that we weren't supposed to get until the end of this year, not the end of last year, according to the media pundits? Hello, Roundline. My neighbors supported a man who showed near murderous contempt for the majority of Americans. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Does anyone else feel that the president, when the last president, not this president, not come on man, but a man who showed near murderous contempt for the majority of Americans. Do you believe that shit? I just don't. Let me do a couple real quick. Thank you, Ex-Bubba Hotep, with the 357. How dare my neighbor be nice even though I hate them, right? That's exactly right. Oh, my gosh. And then thank you, BBC Rentals. Oh, now BBC Rentals is actually... Okay. BBC Rentals says, I'm pretty sure this might be our friend...
That's right.
Black Hebrew Israelite. He says, so the kid who became a famous victim of a school shooting that wasn't even there.
That's right.
Now he wants to steal the idea to start a commie pillow company. I have a great idea. Let's call this Fagettes Company. My Pillow Bitters.
That's right.
Bitters or bitters? Fagettes. Faggets. Okay, so it's not what the word you thought I was saying, but Fagettes Company. My Pillow Bitters. Okay, that little jackass wants to start a pillow company. Famous because he wasn't there. Okay, my neighbor supported a man who showed near murderous contempt for the majority of Americans. They kept him in business with their support. Well, sorry, he was the president of the United States. He has a 4-year term, and they failed to impeach him. So, yeah, he does his 4-year term. But the plowing. On January 6th, after the insurrection, Senator Ben Sasse issued an aw shucks plea for all Americans to love their neighbors. Oh, you mean you don't think Ben Sasse was sincere? The United States, he said, isn't Hatfields and McCoys. This blood feud forever. And he added, you can't hate someone who shovels your driveway. At the time, I seethed. The Capitol had just been desecrated. Yeah, that's never happened before. Maybe my neighbor heard Sasse and was determined to make a bid for reconciliation. Or maybe he's just a nice guy. So here's my response to my plowed driveway. For now. Politely, but not profusely, I'll acknowledge the Sassian move. With a wave and a thanks, a minimal start on building back trust. Now, mind you, when he says building back trust, the only thing his neighbor did was be a Trump supporter. Did they have animosity in the neighborhood? Does he? I mean, in fact, build back trust. The only thing you know about your neighbor is, 1, he's a Trump supporter, and 2, he cleaned your driveway for you without even the second thought of being asked. Build back trust? He doesn't. Does it sound like he needs to build? You need to build back trust for what? He did something nice for you. God, you're a jackass. I'm not ready to knock on the door with a covered dish yet. I also can't give my neighbors absolution. Absolution! Oh my gosh! The original sin. The sin. It does sound like a convoluted creepypasta, doesn't it? I'm worried for that neighbor. It sounds like a serial killer's journal. Doesn't it though? Ex-Bubba Hotel. I'm just, oh my gosh, this guy's a maniac. I also can't give my neighbors absolution. It's not mine to give. I have your absolution right here, motherfucker. Free driveway work, as nice as it is not the same currency as justice and truth. Or just us and truth. To pretend it is would be a lie, and they probably aren't looking for absolution. Anyway, yeah, you're right. I don't regret what I voted for at all. And I'm not your neighbor even. But I can offer a standing invitation to make amends, not with a snowplow, but recognizing the truth about the Trump administration, and more important, by working for justice for all those whom the administration harmed. Can you give me an example of who the administration harmed? Like, really? I know you want to say the people who died of COVID or whatnot, but that's not, it's a virus. It's killing people all over the world. And then maybe, didn't let some illegal aliens come to the country. Yeah, well, they're they have a system for doing that. But otherwise, I think for the most part, most Americans, like who the president is the president of, the Americans had a pretty good run there until they shut everything down with COVID, I would say. So I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Buckwheat. Anyway, only when we work shoulder to shoulder to repair the damage of the last 4 years will we even begin to dig out of the storm. Again, repair the damage of the last 4 years? Again. Okay, so anyway, the reason I decided to read that entire article, though, is there's a response to this. And I thought, oh, interesting. This guy's name is Alan Ray. And listen to this. He responded on Twitter. And I think this is beautiful. This is a beautiful response from Alan Ray, who says, "Hello, I'm the guy who plows neighbors' drives out on both sides of my house. No, I'm not your neighbor, but I am that guy." Now, it's not the actual neighbor of this person, but I am that guy. The neighbor to the west of me voted for Trump. The neighbor to the east voted for Biden. Guess what? They're both still my neighbors and friends. That's a good start. They also know who I voted for, and it doesn't matter. You see, we're adults. Adults realize you can have political, religious, philosophical, etc. differences and still be, dare I say it, friends. What a concept. We've existed this way for years. Here's how it works. I have something they don't have. A snowplow. It takes me about 10 minutes to drive next door, drop that plow, and clear out the neighbor's drive so she could get to work. I really don't think much about it because I'm having fun playing in the snow. But here's the cool part. 5 years ago, things fell apart for me. Lost my dad. Was told my entire career was redundant after a buyout, and several other tragedies at the same time. Here comes my neighbor after finding out, jumping the fence with a beer in hand. We sat and talked for hours. She noticed that I was struggling. I was concerned, and she had something I didn't have. A career as a psychologist. She laughed when I joked about her fees and told me what I always tell her. That's just what neighbors do. Turns out she always wondered how she could return the favor, and when she saw my life collapsing around me, she jumped at the opportunity. How did this happen? The writer may ask. Talking about the writer of that stupid article. How did they get along when this bearded Philistine is to be loathed for his politics? Well, it's simple, really. One must first realize that politics is one facet of the multifaceted individual. If you judge everyone based on their ballot, then you've already lost your perceived moral high ground. Grow up, and I would add TF, grow the TF up, learn to connect and develop an emotional IQ. That is spot on. Yeah, I'm one of those guys too. I bought a really nice new snowblower a couple years ago, and I loved to use it, and it hadn't got a whole lot of chance to use it the last couple of years. And the lady across the street, single mom, so when I get done plowing my driveway, I go plow hers, and if my neighbors are around, if my neighbors aren't around or I know they're gone, I'll plow theirs too. And every once in a while, if I come home and they've plowed mine, we're just neighbors, man. We're not even. I know we don't all have the same politics, but dang. can someone just be nice to you without worrying about what they do in all the rest of their life? And please, if anyone ever told me, as a person who happened to vote for the funny looking orange guy that is a little bit obnoxious, but he makes a pretty good president, and told me that I needed absolution, I think I would give them a piece of my mind that said, kiss my grits. Motherfucker. Good Lord. People just are so weird. So anyway, oh, you know what? Let's see. All right, cool. Good. I've just got a confirmation that my guest this coming week is going to be here on Friday. By the way, if I'm going to I'll do this programming note right now. This Friday on the Morning Night Live, I am having another Dog Park Friday with our friend Gothix. Gothix beer. If you're not familiar with Gothix, she's been on YouTube for about 5 months. She was a Twitch game streamer, fairly prolific over there, and had a huge following, and also actually won awards as a gamer. And then she happened to have a little, she had a little, I would say an epiphany. Let's say an epiphany. And began speaking about her epiphany and her politics, which included the idea that she was going to vote for Trump, and that she didn't believe in all the progressive nonsense. And boy, did she get dragged on Twitch. And so she started a YouTube channel, and she is, in 5 months, unbelievable growth. She's a real nice lady. She's got over 100,000 subscribers in like 5 months. I mean, it's just crazy watching her channel grow. I actually ran into her when she had about 3,000 subscribers, and I said, "Hey, would you want to come on my channel and join me on my show?" And that was when she had about 3,000, and she's like, "Yeah, that'd be cool." And then we've been talking back and forth, but finally now it's like, oh my gosh, her channel is probably going to benefit mine way more than I'm going to benefit her. But I look forward to her coming by and joining us on the show. So I'll have a little bit better ad for that doesn't ramble as much. But anyway, look forward to seeing Gothix on Friday. She's a pretty cool gal, and I look forward to chatting with her. All right. Thank you, X-Bubba Hotep, with the Lincoln in the Streamlabs. Thank you, sir. Who says, funny thing, I don't even know any of my neighbors' politics, and I don't care to know. Yeah, I don't either. It's funny. I do know that my neighbor to the south of me, I know that in 2016, he was a big Trump supporter. He's a Republican guy, and I knew that. And but we've never actually talked politics. I just knew that from his kids saying something once. And then I'm pretty sure the lady across the street is probably just the opposite, just by some of the things she says once in a while. But I never asked. And I have a neighbor on the other side of the street too. I'm not sure. I know that he's a fireman, a volunteer fireman in the city, or he was. And I know he supports first responders. So I don't know what that means, but other than that, I mean, and I know like 5 of my neighbors. I don't know, other than the one guy that to the south that I know voted for Trump in 2016. I don't talk politics with my neighbors. It's just, it is what it is. So anyway, so I don't know. I agree. Why, anyway. Oh, Gunfox61. Thank you. By the way, Gunfox is the administrator of our Discord server and prolific putting news items on there. Go check out the server, and I pull stories from there every once in a while too. So if you're wondering where sometimes I get these stories, today it's all Twitter bookmarks though. All right, back to the bookmarks. Let's see what else we got here because I'm running out of time. Let's see. Did David Hogg already? Oh, now this is interesting, and I wonder if you're familiar with Ibram X. Kendi, or Ibrahim X, the guy who wrote he wrote about being an anti-racist. On a stream here, I wonder if he's going to get in trouble for it. At least there's a little bit of controversy for for something he said on a show. And one of my proverbs is that the woke won't help you when they're surrounding your home or whatever, something like that. And now it's an interesting interpretation here. This person says, on January 25th, 2021, Ibrahim X. Kendi openly discussed how horrifying it would be if his daughter were trans and how society must protect children from gender ideas coming from the trans community. Now, I don't know if those are his exact words. Let's listen to what he said here. Special Zoom, interviewed by New York State Association for Independent Schools. It was talking, explained his views on transgender identity, namely that transgender is horrifying in that society.
Obviously talking about race, even talking about gender. I think it was last week, my daughter came home and said she wanted to be a boy, which was horrifying for my wife to hear, myself to hear. And so, of course, we're like, okay, what affirmative messages about girlhood, can we be teaching her to protect her from whatever she's hearing in our home or even outside of our home that would make her want to be a boy? And I suspect it's the same thing with, kids of color, in which they're regularly hearing these messages that may want them to want to be white, or even white children who are like, I'm happy I'm white. Right? What affirmative messages are we teaching them to break down those ideas?
Now, first, a couple things there. I don't know what the entire conversation was about here, so I think the interpretation may be a little bit off, but I could see how someone would interpret that way and how someone from the transgender community would be like, oh my God, he's a transphobe, this and that. But I found the second part of that. Okay. Notice the part about talking about how sometimes black kids would want to be white. And the first thing that came to mind was Rachel Dolezal and Sean King. Because there's a little bit of that on every side. Everyone wants to be something different. Or even Hillary, what's her name? She's married to Hillary Baldwin. Okay, Hillary Baldwin wanted people wanting to be something other than themselves because there's something that makes them more interesting, and so the latter part of that statement was what really got to me, it got me thinking. Is a lot of this just people wanting to be more interesting by being something than they actually are, or they find a benefit to that. Now, and because right now, especially where people are praised, when they come out as gay or they come out as, although not anymore so much, so gay, coming out as gay has become, almost passé, right? But it's, even though it's still, oh, that's so brave and bold, but now, coming out as transgender or coming out as non-binary, oh, that is so brave and bold, oh, praise on you, and it just encourages more people to do it. And so I just found that second part of the last thing he said here was even more interesting than the part about his daughter. But I'm sure, though, somebody out there is going to be someone's going to be like, what do you mean you would be horrified if your daughter said she was a boy or wanted to be a boy? Why would that be horrifying? What do you mean by you people? You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you. BBC Rentals again with another 2-spot on the Streamlabs. Says a Fagette's Pillow Company should be pillow biters. I was spelling like a Harvard man. Well, there you go. Thank you. Right. Thank you, BBC Reynolds, also known as Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Anyway, all right, moving on. Wow, 50 people in the chat, or 50 people watching today. That's awesome. How about everybody who hasn't thought of doing this yet, hit the like button if you like what I do. Just because, you like me. You really, really like me on this weird Monday show. Do I seem a little bit off today? I don't know. Maybe I'm just babbling. And Probably because I'm not just reading stories. I have some other things that I can talk about. It's kind of fun. Anyway, all right, let's see, what else do I have here? Watching the Super Bowl and seeing this is this poor lady. I think we need to find this woman and get her a Valium. Because I really, really feel awful for this woman who was watching the Super Bowl and just was so concerned. I mentioned this a little earlier. Hello, Humble Clay. I mentioned this a little earlier, but some of these people just maybe need a safe space or something. This person says, watching the Super Bowl and seeing so many people in one place is making my heart race. This feels unsafe. And I guess I'm rooting for the team with the racist name over the team with the Trump-loving quarterback in a sport that still hasn't apologized to Colin Kaepernick. Oh, no. You know, here's what I would say to this woman if I were in a room with her as she is feeling her heart race and feeling so unsafe and or better yet, I wouldn't be in the same room with her because she seems to be a moron. But anyway, and she's a Manhattan District Attorney candidate. June 22nd, 2021, New York Public Defender since 2009. This woman is and she, her, hers, so she has pronouns in her bio. It's making her feel unsafe to watch the Super Bowl. Well, are you watching it from a luxury box at the stadium? Are you in the crowd and there's so many people? Wait a minute, you're watching it on TV? And I guess I'm rooting for a team with the racist name. Well, then that means you're a racist. Over the team with the Trump-loving quarterback. In a sport that still hasn't apologized to Colin. The sport has no reason to apologize to Colin Kaepernick. They gave him some money. He opted out of his contract. Yeah, Infamous One just said that. He opted out of his contract. He had a contract dispute. And he made himself look like it. Well, some people think he's noble. Some people think he's a jackass. I don't care which you think. But the NFL doesn't know him shit. Some people, let's see. No. And Gad said, you are so noble, so empathetic, so virtuous, and so caring. I'll also retweet. This person added, in a stadium built on land stolen from indigenous peoples, in a city that will soon be underwater due to rising oceans, in a country that keeps children in cages, on a planet whose sun will one day explode. So I thought they were serious until that last line, on a planet whose sun will one day explode. Anyway, you know what I'd say to her? I would tell her if she is truly has heart racing thing. Oh yeah, Crowder's back. Crowder's been back for a while. If her heart is truly racing, I would say this. There's a remedy. There is a remedy for this. Bitch, turn the TV off or go watch Netflix. Don't watch the damn Super Bowl if it really hurts you that bad. I mean, I want to know who hurt you in the past, but turn your damn TV off and stop tweeting. Put your phone down. Go watch some Netflix. You know, there's some nice movies on Netflix. You can just shut the fuck up, turn the TV off and put your phone away. Oh my gosh. And this person's running for the Manhattan District Attorney. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. And all those people in one place, they were distanced. Wait a minute. This is one of those people who had to see those cutouts, right? Those cutouts of the people, the fake people. Anyway, here's something that the mainstream media probably won't be. Well, here, this is the distraction. See, there's a lot of distractions going on. And while we're being distracted, there are things happening in this world. Apparently, the catch and release program has resumed on Texas borders in the face of rising migrant numbers. Hundreds of Haitian migrants. Now, what the Haitian migrant? First of all, to be a migrant from Haiti, Don't you have to get off an island first? Hundreds of Haitian migrants who are crossing the Rio Grande border in the normally stayed Del Rio sector of Texas are enjoying the first return to catch and release policies since President Trump administration all but eliminated them. U.S. Border Patrol and ICE are allowing hundreds of Haitians and other migrant nationalities who cross in the Del Rio region to avoid detention or quick return to Mexico. Instead, they are given notices to appear in an immigration court at some point in the future and allowed to board Greyhound buses for other parts of the United States, according to federal sources and the head of a migrant assistance agency helping the migrants. U.S. Customs and Border officials in the region wouldn't confirm or deny that migrants are benefiting from catch and release again. Catch and release was a practice in response to an overwhelming number of migrants causing the breakdown of normal border control systems that rewarded illegal crossers who claimed to fear returning to their home countries with long-term presence in the United States for nearly 1 million Central Americans in 2019. It's unclear how many migrants have benefited from the reintroduction of catch and release in the Del Rio sector, but Sean Young, the director of the Valverde Border Humanitarian Coalition in Del Rio, to which Border Patrol has been delivering migrants for help with travel arrangements. They help them with travel arrangements too? Said his organization began receiving mostly Haitian and Cuban migrants since the day after Biden's inauguration. Isn't that just convenient? Like the day after Biden's inauguration, all of a sudden they're crossing the border, and they're from Haiti and Cuba, not even Mexicans, not even Central Americans, people who needed to go from an island to Mexico before they could come cross our border illegally. It's amazing. I don't know how this happens. For some reason, the day after the inauguration, we had a big influx of people coming. So we fired up the coalition at first full speed, he said. Border Patrol began bringing increasing numbers of migrants at a day to the coalition for about 2 months, and the numbers have trended upward to some 60 a day, and the last 2 weeks they've taken in more than 100 this past Sunday. Untold numbers of other migrants are winning catch and release down the river in the Eagle Pass area. So yeah, great. Yes, we're going to go back to the old border policies, and it's just weird that it's Haitians and Cubans, at least at that particular crossing. Wow, that's crazy. All right. I got 2 more bookmarks. Oh no, this is weird. I didn't read this article yet, but we're going to just breach it while y'all are here. This is from The Independent. Now, The Independent, I don't know if you're familiar with The Independent. It's basically there's no article coming up. Looks like they yeeted the article. Oh, no, there we go. So they're saying that, remember we were talking about how Trump told them Jamie Raskin wanted him to testify in they wanted Trump to testify in the impeachment hearings, right? Well, apparently someone named Gino Spolcia, a legal analyst, says Trump's refusal to testify is constitutional jiu-jitsu. Really now? A trap. Let's see, is this like a Jeffrey Toobin style legal analyst? Like, and does he spend time tubining? Anyway, after refusing to testify at a Senate impeachment trial, Donald Trump has walked right into a constitutional jiu-jitsu trap set up by Democrats who want to convict him, a legal analyst has warned. Bullshit. Got to learn how. Anyway, Democrats, led by impeachment manager Jamie Raskin, called on Mr. Trump on Thursday to appear as a witness in the Senate trial starting on the 9th of February, which claims he incited an insurrection on the Capitol. The request laid down a challenge to the ex-president, who was not subpoenaed to testify as expected. His lawyers denounced the request as a public relations stunt. Mr. Trump, responding to the request through advisor Jason Miller, separately called the process unconstitutional. It kind of is. With Democrats already pointing to Mr. Trump's culpability, they claim his culpability. And MSNBC's legal analyst Danny Savalos compared the request made by Mr. Raskin as a constitutional jiu-jitsu trap, with the former president risking a future criminal trial. Bring it on! Bring on the criminal trial. Forget this impeachment nonsense. Let's see how fast a criminal trial gets thrown out of court. Jamie Raskin is using a great bit of constitutional jiu-jitsu here, Savalos said on Saturday morning. They did not issue a subpoena. They just requested or invited him to come testify, and President Trump declined. He said that meant the Senate would be able to make that negative inference from a defendant's silence that is allowed, which would set a precedent for any future criminal trial against Mr. Trump. I think we talked about this Friday. No, it won't. See, we have a concept in law that a defendant would not have to testify against themselves or testify in a trial, else known as the Fifth Amendment. It's ensconced within our Constitution, and I think it applies whether or not it's a impeachment trial or a criminal trial or a civil trial. Well, I don't know if civil trial, but it's particularly a criminal trial. Anyway, this guy's Mr. Savalos' remarks come after an independent reporter, Marcy Wheeler, argued that Mr. Trump's refusal to take part would be the safest route for the former president in front of the Senate, but could put him in risk of criminal prosecution afterwards. No, it won't. And even if they try a criminal prosecution, it ain't happening. I'm sorry. We have very well established precedents on this particular topic. But anyway, the House continues. The House will assume Trump's entire claim of offering any factual response is false as it is, wrote Mr. Wheeler, who warned that by using the Fifth Amendment, which allows people not to testify against themselves, Mr. Trump would be admitting that his First Amendment speech might expose him criminally. No. God. Ms. Wheeler pointed to Mr. Trump's impeachment lawyers, who Tuesday revealed they would argue against claims the ex-president threatened the democratic system or not. Wait a minute. Oh, Mr. Trump's impeachment lawyers, who Tuesday revealed they would argue against claims the ex-president threatened the democratic system or interfered with a special peaceful transition of power following the 2020 election. However, Trump baselessly claimed the presidential election was stolen or rigged and avoided acknowledging Joe Biden as president-elect until after the assault on Congress on January 6th by those who supported such claims. Guess what? Until the Electoral College votes and until those oh my gosh, until it's official, it's not official. So you don't have to do shit. Senators who are split 50-50 between Republicans and Democrats are not expected to convict the former president after 45 Republicans recently voted to dismiss the trial altogether. Democrats believe the trial is necessary to provide a measure of accountability for the attack, which he did not cause, while aiming to hold a separate vote disqualifying for secret office again. So, yeah, what's that called? A bill of attainder? Something like that? All right, let's finish up with, I just have one more here, and then I got to go, and I apologize again for being late today. This was an interesting, if you're familiar with the musician Pitbull, oh no. I'm sorry. I just saw what you sent me, Humble Clay.
6 members of one family have been...
Let's turn that off here. I gotta... Okay, we're gonna show this video as soon as I get this stupid commercial off my screen. Well, hello, Sir Shaggy. How you doing? Hello, Donatello Slapfellow, Scotty Dubs. If there's other people I missed there, I apologize. I haven't been paying close attention to the chat. All right, let's see this thing here. Hang on. All right. Okay, hang on. This I have not watched this. It is 44 seconds long. Fox 4 celebrates Black History Month, and let's see what they're doing to celebrate Black History Month. Oh my God.
Well, here at Fox 4, we're celebrating Black History Month.
Wait a minute. Oh, they got a kid wearing a Colin Kaepernick t-shirt. Oh no. Power to the people. Okay, that mural's pretty cool though. I mean, that's a big format mural. That's very well done. I don't know is this at where Lehigh Acres? Let's just watch this.
By showing you different accomplishments made by the Black community. And check this out. As Tampa gears up for the Super Bowl, there's a new mural to honor civil rights activist and football quarterback Colin Kaepernick.
Now, you notice
it was created in
he's on the mural. But is it honoring him? It looks like they're showing some kids. I mean, yeah, the one kid's wearing a Kaepernick t-shirt, but come on. Anyway.
Activist and football quarterback Colin Kaepernick.
Well, no, he's not a football quarterback anymore.
Created in collaboration with Ben & Jerry's artist Brandon Odoms and Kaepernick's Know Your Rights Camp's nonprofit foundation.
It's showing us that we are still respected, we are still who we are, and that, you know what, the Black Lives Matter movement means something to us, and it means something to our area.
Yeah, the movement's fine, but the leadership are a bunch of master grifters. I don't know. I get it. I kind of get the move. Anyway, here we go.
Also features local students from West Tampa.
Cool,
Ben & Jerry's says Colin has been on the right side of history years before 2020 summer of racial reckoning.
All right, so anyway, that's the stop making that noise. All right, my last what I was going to finish with here. If you're familiar with the musician, the artist known
day and age,
as Pitbull,
I'm hoping that people
he had an interesting talk here, and we're going to finish up with this. Let's see if this can fit this better in here. Hang on a second. All right, let's just listen to Pitbull. He actually sounds, he's talking about his experience, and I think this is pretty good. So it's 2 minutes 20 seconds. We're gonna listen to the whole thing. We might stop a little bit, but you know.
In this day and age, I'm hoping that people see as quick as you get it. It's like dope money. Come quick, leave quicker. So when it comes to this technology, exactly what it is. You got instant gratification thing. You can touch as many people with it as quick as they want to go. Whoop, they can pull it from you. Yeah. And right now we're talking about, a virus? A virus, that's what we talk about. SARS, MERS, bird, swine, Ebola, now Corona. Like, come on, folks. I mean, you gotta read the tea leaves, bro. The devil's in the details. And with that said is, if you look at the recovery numbers on what we're talking about, I don't know what it is, but I guess the flu went on vacation on this year. Heart attacks went on vacation this year. Everything went on vacation this year when it came to, I'm talking about, what we're going through right now.
The flu went on vacation this year. Heart attacks went on vacation. Everything went on vacation.
Yeah. Okay. And let's just call a spade a spade. And the reason I can have this conversation is because my family comes from communism. They fled communism. They had everything taken away from them. Everybody got murdered. Everybody got killed. And that's the reason me, being a first-generation Cuban-American, or maybe us, being first-generation Cuban-Americans, I look at freedom and I appreciate that shit. I appreciate opportunity. I appreciate anything that you give me. All I need is a little slip, partner, and I got you. And that comes from the fact that when a Castro took over everything, and I'm looking at what's going on right now, the only person here that's hot, 38 hot, is Castro. He's going, y'all did it with a virus? Shit. Y'all took over the world with a virus? Y'all gotta be kidding me. He had missiles pointed to the United States of America during the Russian Missile Crisis, during the Bay of Pigs and what they went on through. So this shit gets deep. The only thing is do you want to realize how deep it is? You know, that's the way I look at this shit. And even going into this, I don't know if y'all know about this, but might as well put it out there, especially in y'all show, because y'all got folks that need this more than anybody. We all need it. There's a rehearsal that went on before this whole shit is called Event 201. October 18th, 2019, this shit came out. It was ran by the Johns Hopkins University, which is in cahoots with Bill Gates, Melinda Gates Foundation. And this.
Anyway, so he goes on to talk about that. So anyway, I just thought that was a good clip, and that's a good way to end the show. Tomorrow, I hope that I will be on time and more ready to go. I might do a supplemental this afternoon. We'll see what happens. But hey, gang, thanks for showing up today. And if you haven't already hit the like button, please do that before you go. Before you do anything else, click the like button. And also share the stream out, or do me a favor, come back after I put the, well, I don't have tabs today. I won't be putting any tabs in the description today. But if you would be so kind and come back and throw a comment in the comment section, or if you happen to be watching on the replay, throw a comment in the comment section so I know you were here, or if anything in particular you thought of that you really liked about the show. Also, or you can put your favorite commercial and your least favorite commercial in the comment section. Do something like that. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central for the Morning Night Live. And don't forget, Friday, my guest Gothics will be here. That'll be a lot of fun. So thanks, everybody, again. I got to go. My name is Dawg Knight. Check out my new video. And I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.